Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Hello there. I hope you guys are well. I hope you had a fantastic new moon. I just wanted to show up. I just did, there's a YouTube up and a Patreon up. And I just wanted to show up and do some live readings, maybe give some away, do some donations, however, whatever flows. Hey, Crystal. How are you guys? Hey, darling. Okay, lady. Works for me. I'm with it. What would you like to know, my darling? Okay. Thank you. How was everyone? How was everyone's weekend? Doing well? Ooh. Hi, Hunter. Good. Ooh, okay, I'd love to do that. Okay. Let's see, Crystal. What is whatever she's meant to know at this time, what is she meant to know of the future of her current relationship? And will he propose? Hey, Pink. Yeah, okay. So with the Three of Wands, I do feel like the answer, and the Queen of Pentacles, you know, that's, I feel like that's a yes here. Yeah, we have the Justice here with the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But I do, you may, because the Two of Swords coming up with the Nine of Swords, that makes me feel like you could have just a wee bit of doubt in the connection. It could be coming up. It may not be consciously, maybe subconsciously, or maybe there's some things. Because we also have the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Cups. But this feels like, it feels like it's more of like, because with the Justice and the Ten of Swords, it feels like it's actually like programming from the past, right? Something written in your subconscious mind that's, you know, that's just trying to like squeeze its way through or really just make its way out. Again, I don't feel as though it's like super overwhelming, although the Nine of Swords would usually typically mean that. But I feel like it's just something, but ultimately, so if you're having like any type of like, because really I feel like you were kind of just like interested just because it's like fun to know, right? But this is coming up for a reason, so maybe there's something coming, or you know what I mean? I don't know. The energy's here. So if you're feeling kind of like again, it doesn't necessarily feel overwhelming. But I feel like, yes, Three of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles, right? That's the wife, right? Three of Wands, that's, looking at the bigger picture, that's, ships coming in, that's that type of energy here. And I feel like you know this. There's an energy of like a knowing here, right? Of, a certainty, okay? But again, there could be like a little bit of something from the past rising up here. It would have come from somebody that was manipulative, I think. But yeah, that's what I have, Crystal. I love that. Feel free to do whatever you would like. Tink. Be quiet, chat, whatever it is. Yeah, it's almost like you have a good feeling that you can see the future, right, with this situation, Crystal. But again, there's just this like, manipulative betrayal, right, like in the background that you've done a lot of work on. That's why I'm saying it's not overwhelming. But, it's natural for some of this to come up in the current situation because maybe there's certain triggers or something or things that are kind of like, well, Calm is the best. Yeah. Good. I'm proud of you. So it may still, because that energy is coming up, and there may be a couple things, right, that pop up here and there. But yeah, let me just confirm for you that I just get this feeling that maybe in some experiences that you just have, it's almost like you can see into the future in a way, like That's So Raven type of moments and things like that. And you can definitely trust those. You know what I mean? It feels like a very familiar energy. Like, wow, this is, you know what I mean? Like, this is home. Or like, this is like so right. You know what I mean? And it definitely, I'm covered in goosebumps. So, yes. Good. Okay, Nancy, let's see. Is Nancy going to be moving to another part of the city this year? Is Nancy going to be moving to another part of the city this year? I'd say there's a 50-50 chance. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, there's a 50-50 chance. Okay, Knight of Wands. Why the Knight of Wands here? Let's see why though. Let's see if we can get you any like advice or anything. Because we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Emperor. So there's a 50-50 chance on what I feel like is coming up is like the energy that you show up in every day. Okay, the decisions that you make, things like that. It's almost like, you can show up in this Knight of Wands energy, kind of moving very quickly, maybe, I don't want to necessarily say impulsively, but the word did come to mind, or you know what I mean, like that type of energy. Or you could show up in this Emperor energy and making very solid and structured and sound moves, based on education and wisdom and experience, right? There's something that I feel like there's a 50-50 shot, because there's something that it's almost like, when you know better, but then you're in the transition of actually doing better. That's what this feels like. It feels like you are in an opportunity, and trust me, that is doing better after knowing better is half the battle. It literally is. So there's like no judgment. Like, at all, ever. And so it's kind of like that energy, right? And you have an opportunity to show up in that space every single day. So yeah, that's what's coming through. It's almost like the ball is in your court, Nancy. For sure. Hey, Flo. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to necessarily like rush into anything. Um, make wise decisions, things like that. Okay, so we've got Flo and then Caroline after that. Hey, Gold. Flo, you're up, my darling. Hey, Deborah, I will get back to that for sure. But I'm going to do Flo's and Caroline's. And then, I'm just going to kind of like, just like flow with it. You know what I mean? But I will prioritize those that make donations just simply because that's what feels right. But that doesn't mean that, Anyways, okay, so Flo's friendship with Mary, is it over or what? Flo's friendship with Mary, is it over? Is it over? Six of Swords is a yeah. I mean, okay, so Six of Swords is I feel like in the physical, yes. Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. It could be that well, let me get more on it because maybe the friendship is moving to calmer waters, right? Why is the Magician in reverse? Nine of Cups. The Emperor. What are Mary's intentions towards Flo? Mary's intentions towards Flo. Why? Sorry, Flo, I just want to get the whole thing. Okay, what's Flo's advice? Flo's advice regarding Mary? I get the feeling that she's feeling like left out of something. I feel like it's like out of your new beginning here. I don't feel like there's the Magician in reverse with the Nine of Cups. I get mixed signals about whether there's manipulation here or not. when I asked what her intentions were towards you, we got the Knight of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. This is an energy of really wanting to hold on to you. Okay, and then I asked why, right? And I got this Seven of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords. That's that energy of her, you know, wanting to hold on to you. There's an energy of feeling kind of left out. Maybe even feeling, you know, with this Ten of Swords, this Four of Swords, this is like feeling, you know, stuck under her own swords, right? I feel like, you know, there's this energy of coming back around, wanting to hold on to you to help feel relief from maybe the seeds that she planted in this connection. Because I feel like you were, you know, like kind of mentally moving to calmer waters about this situation. Yeah, she likes to be in control. Magician reverse, the Nine of Cups with the Emperor. She likes to be the one that is in control of the connection, right? My guess is you maybe, you know, were the one that was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if you said anything or not, or, you know, but it makes me feel like you spoke up about something here. She likes to be in control. So there's an energy of holding on to you. Basically because what all of the you know, the way that maybe she acted or treated you in the past or took advantage of you here, or you know, that type of energy, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to necessarily say haunting her, but it's definitely, you know, kind of over her, hovering over her here. Okay. Now, advice. We did get the Three of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands, the Empress, the Knight of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles. And that's really kind of confusing, according to this. I get this energy, it's like if you accept her, if you work with her, or kind of, you know, it's like, I almost feel like things will slowly get back to the way that they were. And this energy of you maybe like, again, there's kind of this space of her wanting to feel, I don't know, more important, or I don't know if it's like that or like bigger or like, I don't, but yeah, there's almost like this nostalgic energy coming through to bring some type of confusion here. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Have a good day, Crystal. Hey, Angel. Yes, there are spots open. Oh, and there, Angel, yes, there will be free ones. I'm going to get through a couple of these pages and then, but yeah, Flo, this is what's going on. So it's kind of this energy of like, I don't think it will, I feel like something will slowly kind of go back to, you know what I mean? Like the way that it was. It's kind of this energy of like a power dynamic, if that makes sense. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Caroline. Okay. Advice for Caroline about her son's father. Is it your son, or is I don't want to say your child's name on here, but sorry, Flo. Right. Alright, the father of her child. What does she need to know about that coming back into their lives? Advice, information. What does Caroline need to know? Right, here's the indecision right here, right? The devil, the Ten of Pentacles. Is this, is this good? Is this going to bring stability? Is this going to bring security? Like, not necessarily to you, not saying that you're, like, getting back together with him, because I don't feel like that at all, but, or the devil, right? Or is this, okay, so clearly that's the energy here. That makes sense. We have the Seven of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so advice for Caroline regarding this situation. So they're giving this energy of, don't forget about the past, right? Definitely don't forget about the past. The Ten of Swords with the Sun. Tell me more. The Fool. Page of Swords. Four of Wands. Advice. Okay. Okay, so there is this energy. With the Sun card, the Ten of Swords, we have the Hermit here. Okay, this is kind of looking at the situation differently. Do not forget the past. Okay, Caroline, I feel like that's something I don't necessarily need to tell you, especially when it comes to, your child, their stability here. But I get this energy where this is an opportunity to start a new cycle. It's an opportunity for, but like, it's almost like you have a choice of the way that you show up, right? You can show up in this like deeper understanding and awareness of yourself, and therefore understanding, him in a deeper level, and just, always be kind of on guard and ready, like as the mom, right? Like however the arrangements are, right? Or you can show up in this like warrior energy, like ready to fight, and then you can expect a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just this space where I feel like it's like, you know, don't be the fool, right? Don't be out here like, you know, forgetting the past and forgetting all of the things that this person, you know, has really shown you who he is in the past. Although I do get this feeling where there's, you know, there's this, you know, if they're kind of, it kind of feels like the collaboration is like possible. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like if you come from this like, you know, wiser version of you rather than this mama bear, right? Like don't show up as mama bear, but know that you have mama bear inside of you the moment that you need her. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy. But if you show up open to this like new beginning, but again, keeping that, you know, not forgetting the past, but like, you know, I feel like, you know, you might be surprised at how, you know, with this Three of Pentacles, how things do work out and they go okay. You know what I mean? Like it's I think you might be surprised, you know, and not to say that it's always going to be perfect, right? You know, there's, you know, although I do feel like there is an energy of maybe something has changed within him, right? Possibly, but you know, co-parenting is hard. So again, there may be some things, right? It may not all be perfect, but if you show up in that way, rather than, you know, ready for war, I think that you'll be surprised about the way that things go. Yes, you're very welcome, Flo. Thank you. Okay, and then we have Deborah. Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you. No. Yes, Flo. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay. I think Deborah's probably typing her question. What a significant date. I feel like. Not only like the 1, 2, 3, but also the 2, 2, 3. Significant numbers. Numbers. What's your question, my dear? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, is Deborah going to be moving from, what was it, Tennessee to Texas? Yeah. Is Deborah going to move from Tennessee to Texas in a few months, in the next few months? We have the Wheel of Fortune. So there's something brewing. The Hierophant. Yeah, the Divine's orchestrating something. We have the Queen of Swords coming out, crossing with the Knight of Pentacles here. So there's something going on behind the scenes, and it may be taking, Nine of Pentacles takes a while, right? But they do accomplish everything that they set out to. Queen of Swords, and then we have the Empress. I would say yes. I would say yes. I don't necessarily have a time frame, okay? But with the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, that's the Divine orchestrating something behind the scenes. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, that's you, I feel like, or doing things down here in the physical, things like that. Empress, that's also you attracting this energy that, pulling that in here. Yeah. The World, that's a move. That's for sure. Yeah, we do have the Five of Wands here, okay? Why is that here? Two of Swords, indecision. This is you questioning your power. This is you questioning your ability to create is what's happening. But the Five of Wands coming out on the Hierophant, I feel like the Divine is helping you to move through that energy, right? You just haven't remembered all the way, like at a deeper knowing exactly who you are and your ability to co-create with the Divine. And so, while you're working through that internally and really stepping further into your power, the Divine is orchestrating something behind the scenes, okay? So I'd say yes. The answer is yes. Something about 6 months might be significant, okay? But yeah, there's an energy, there's something about the way that you view yourself, what you deserve, your ability to create, things like that. There's some limitations that are being removed at this time, okay? Hey Irene, how are ya? No, thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Irene. What's your question, my dear? And then, yeah, sorry. And then nothing. Yep, you're up. I may have got the states mixed up, but I think that the Divine knew what I was talking about. I think it's all good. Yes, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So in the meantime, right, keep doing that inner work that makes you feel like, if any of that doubt kind of rises up, just pay attention to that for a second and then let it go, or tell it that it has no space, or whatever your process is, right? But yeah, the Divine's helping you work through that. And yeah. Then I heard, now watch me work. So yeah, you're going to be definitely creating some very cool things once you I feel like one of your manifesting is something that I think that you are actually very talented at. There's something about, yeah, something about that. It's almost like they're giving me this example, Deborah, of like, it's like, when you take a marker to paper, right? You just expect the ink to show up. It's almost like you kind of doing that, but it's like, but on your life, right? And you expect it to show up, it shows up, right? The ink's always there. It always shows up. It always, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Oh, it's okay, Irene. So maybe you're like a scribe or something. You manifest through writing. You know, it reminds me of, if you've ever seen that show Once Upon a Time, where the kid, right, he created reality based on, like, what he wrote in the book. Something like that. Whoa. That is super cool. Ooh. I love that, Irene. Okay, so what sorry, I never mean to like ramble on or repeat myself. I'm just channeling and yeah, I feel like some people, and I feel like they're incompetent. I just don't mean it. Anyways, okay, so what can Irene expect from this podcast YouTube channel that she's co-creating with a soul sister? That's so funny. Thanks, Irene. So this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Okay, so there is like, you know, kind of a time where I feel like it's what's coming through is like working out the kinks. Okay, with the Six of Swords, it's like getting from one side of the, you know, one bank to another. There's something about like a period of time where getting out the kinks, working through, you know, certain things like that. But then we have the Hierophant with the Eight of Wands, right? That's like really fast movement once you get over to the other side, okay? And that's like divinely led, right? That's like, you know, really quick. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like this ginormous opportunity, or like, you know, this could be the opportunity, but there's this like this ginormous like, you know, thing that shows up in the physical here. Okay, so but I do get this energy where there could be like, again, like working out the kinks could be like something's coming through about figuring out what exactly like your main thing is, right? Not to say that you can't do multiple things, right? Because I feel like variety is really good, and you know, you don't necessarily need to niche down or anything, but there is an energy of like trying different things, like, you know, it's kind of like throwing, you know, things against the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay, so that could be the Six of Swords energy of like that time of like working out the kinks of like just trying different things, trying different angles, trying different, you know, topics and conversations, and, you know, I don't know, environments even, or, you know, just different kinks, right? Working those out. But then we have, and we have the Ace of Swords underneath that. That's like kind of finding your voice, your angle, your truth, or what it is that, you know, like your story or what you represent or how you're showing up. Yeah, but once you get to this part, right, like this, you know, because you're co-creating with somebody else, so there's going to be this like, you know, not the Five of Wands, sometimes be fighting. I don't feel like there's going to be fighting. It's just, you know, working together, like, you know what I mean, that type of energy here. You're co-creating with somebody else, and so, you know, there's trial and error and things like that. But once you get here, there's very quick movement to here. I'm going to tell you that. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, but yeah, with this Six of Pentacles, I do feel like there is this like equal give and take, right? I don't feel like it's going to be, you know, I don't feel like working out the kinks is going to be bad, right? I feel like two people are showing up, you know, with an understanding, yep, there's going to be kinks, and yep, we're going to want to, you know, but there is a level of working together, okay? Words are hard, clearly. Hey, Brienne. How are ya? Yes, always kinks. But they're always just there for a purpose or whatever, or you know what I'm saying. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And I just get this feeling that once you guys there's like this, you know, this is a terrible comparison. Okay, terrible comparison, but it's the first one that's coming to mind. And please don't ever think that I think that you and your message is on this level. Okay, because I'm telling you, this is a terrible comparison, but I do not feel this way about you at all. But it's like that Haktua girl, how like, she wasn't even trying to like get out there or anything like that, but it's like, you know, that thing that stuck with her, which it's gone, you know, all of that's gone by now probably, you know, but it's like that energy is what I feel like. It's like you guys are gonna find something, just like snuggle your way into something just perfect, and it's gonna just like take off, right? It's like that type of energy. Oh, that's why I got that example, because Grant's here. Okay, Angel, are you still here, my dear? I'm just joking, Grant. I mean nothing by it. You're welcome, Irene. I do. I do, Brienne. Hey, Janine. Exactly. Thank you for understanding me, Irene. How are you? You need to go work in the yard? It's water. Yeah, there's a couple things that I need to do outside too. It's supposed to get up in the 80s today, so it'll be perfect this evening. Good, Janine. Did Angel leave us? Did she have to go? You kind of feel like you're already in your 80s. Well, snap out of it. Do some yoga. Stretch your body. I'm just joking. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't know what you got going on. The best single ladies. Oh gosh. We're not gonna go there, Grant. Brienne, my darling, what's your question? Oh, I thought Maui was having a dream. Does it keep cutting out? And is it bad? 15-15. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Okay. Alright, Brienne wants to know, does she need to take action about selling the house? She needs to take physical action about selling the house, please. She needs to contact a lawyer. Brienne needs to know advice about what to do about the house, please. Oh. Why is the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords here? Okay, so, Brienne, I got the Page of Swords with the Empress reverse, and immediately I thought about your mother. And communicating with your mother. And then this Page of Pentacles came out. I almost wonder if your mother has some sort of advice or something that, and I don't know if you talk to your mother. I don't know, like, I just know little bits and pieces. But there's something, there may even be something that heals here. But I almost feel like it's like communicating with your mother about this. Like, oh, like asking advice or like, you know, maybe not advice, but like maybe asking about a good lawyer or, I don't know. Page of Pentacles, it's like she has something for you, okay? Why is the Death in reverse? The Star. I also, this is really weird, but I feel like this conversation, something's going to be very healing. Yeah, there's some sort of truth. There was the Ace of Swords and then the Seven of Swords about some sort of like lie and deceit or okay. So not only that, though, okay, there's something regarding that situation, and I'm sure that was like a not so great message. Even though I do feel like there's something with the house that gets resolved, I do feel like that this issue does get resolved. There's definitely an energy of like handling this. So if that requires like reaching out to a lawyer, then, but I get this feeling, I don't know why, but it feels like the first step is to like ask your mom. Or just, it's so, I'm sorry. And then it's almost like she has the next steps, you know what I mean? Like, again, I know that's not like it's like she has the lawyer, or she has there's something in the physical that she has that is going to help you handle this situation, okay? And then it's almost like I get this feeling too with this Page of Pentacles of you kind of showing up, right? You know, like problem solved, you know, house sold. I don't know where you would be showing up at, but maybe at the house, or, you know, talking to, Mike, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. I know this is so weird, but I have to trust it. The first step is always tell your mom. I don't feel like that would typically be the first step for Brienne, but for whatever reason, it feels like she has something to offer to help with this situation. And I also feel like whatever that conversation, however that goes, however that, you know, whatever, I feel like too, there's an energy of like, you know, not to say that things are going to go back to, you know, peaches and cream between you two, but, you know, there is a level of healing that happens as well. Yeah, so it would make sense that, you know, that energy I was picking up on the end of like you just kind of like showing up like, look, I fixed it. The house is sold. You know, like... all monotone and everything. 1616. Which is hard for me to imagine you being monotone like that, like robotic. That's not your energy at all. Well, I think I'm going to be here for another like 10 minutes or so. Those are all the paid ones. We made it through all those, I do believe. Is Angel here? I said I would do a freebie for her. If anyone else is wanting a freebie, I'm more than happy. And I don't have to leave right at 1. I don't have a hard stop. But I do need to eat something. What? I'm writing that down. Cool. Thank you. You can give them a bath and bathe their toes. What a dream come true. Okay, what's coming in love for Mystic Road? Let's see. Shall we? Yes, we shall. I'm going. I'm taking the kids. We're out. What's coming in love for Mystic Road? I should have specified romantic love because I almost feel like this is something else. And I'll go back and do that. There is some sort of reconciliation here with somebody that I feel like it could be like a friend or family member, somebody the same age as you, I feel like, or around the same age. I don't know why that's significant. It helps maybe discern. I feel like it could actually be more than one people. There could have been somebody that was trying to, like, separate certain people, like maybe family members or friends or something like that. But I feel like there's maybe some people coming back together here, okay, successfully. Because there could have been, yeah, I just feel like somebody tried to influence here, try to cause confusion and maybe some sort of, like, you know, combative energy. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be who is this? Because there was definitely somebody that came in between these connections. Okay. Who is Mystic Road? Who is this person or these people that Mystic Road is reconciling with here? We have a Star. King of Swords, air sign. Could be an Aquarius with the star there. The Judgment. Yeah, almost. It's a King of Swords energy. It feels like there was somebody, you know, you're showing up in this star energy, okay, and this person is, so could be an air sign, maybe somebody that's, yeah. But yeah, there was definitely somebody here that tried to interfere. Now, I don't know if this King of Swords is your ex or not, but it is a King of Swords energy. Some sort of reconciliation. It's this King of Wands that I feel like maybe came in between. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Four of Cups, Five of Cups. There's two people here that I feel like miss each other. Genuinely. Two energies. I assume that one of you are one of them, Mystic Road. Not to say that you're in one of these energies at all times, right? But one of you is feeling, you know, there's a Four of Cups energy of like a missed opportunity possibly, or, you know, something like that. And then there's this like sad energy, right? Or this, again, it doesn't have to be overwhelming or anything like that, but I feel like there's two energies that are, you know, feeling some sort of distance here. You know what I mean? So again, I don't really see a whole lot of romance here, I guess, other than this Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That could be considered romance. And I didn't specify, but I want you to trust your gut on how this is coming through, on who this is, right? There was clearly someone else that interfered in this situation, okay? And somebody's making some sort of judgment and seeing that there's been some sort of growth here, okay? However that matters. But this is like, you know, this would be one that's like a deeper level, you know, connection. It's one where, like, you know, your soul literally misses this person, you know? It's not just a, you know, just trust your gut on whoever this is. It's a higher level thing. It's not a surface level thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else before I take off? Since it's almost 1. I'm hungry, you guys. Are you hungry? Hey, Red Beer. Beer. All day today, I haven't been finishing words, or they've been coming out really weird. Anybody else experiencing that? What's for dinner? Well, I don't know about dinner. Zyla sent me a whole list of things that she would like to have for dinner this week. So probably one of those. Photosynthesis. Great. But for lunch, I'm probably gonna go make some like hash browns and maybe a couple eggs with it. Sounds good. Dina, yeah, that's usually me. Zyla, she's like, you know, she's the planner. She loves to plan. Also, she's so funny. We've been... on her list, she said, there's a whole list, and she said, notice how I didn't put steak? Don't even try to ask me to eat it again. Okay. You got it. So, it's not even like we eat it all the time. We probably had it like 2 weeks in a row or something like that. Literally, don't make the same mistake. So, no steaks in our house this week. But anyways, so she planned out the whole week, probably mostly so that she didn't have to have steak. Even though I never make her eat it. You know what I mean? If she doesn't eat it, then Maui and I do. Maui loves steak night. But whatever. Anyways, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go make some lunch. Yeah, me too. With some broccoli, some like mashed potatoes, you know. Maybe some asparagus or some zucchini. You know, it's so good. But anyways, whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I love you so very much. I was going to talk about what I was planning on doing, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to do it. So there's no interruptions. Okay? Okay, I love you so much. Next stop, Flavortown. I love that. Angel, if you come back by this or whatever, I don't know if she will or not. I'll probably send her an email. But if you do, just email me and we'll get you your reading. Okay? Okay, I love you. And I love everyone else too. All of you. Every single one of you. Thank you for everything. Have the very best day.